Do your notes and chords sound a bit like this? When what you'd rather hear is something a little more like this. This can be quite frustrating. You're shown the diagram for a C chord, for example, and you dutifully do what it says, placing your first finger here, your second finger here, your third finger here, and then you strum the chord, or you pick it, and it sounds nothing like what you hear when you're listening to more experienced players. Well, the devil's in the detail, and in this case, there are three likely causes to the problem. Firstly, it's important to know just what you're trying to do when you place a finger on a string on the fretboard. You're trying to pin the string firmly enough against the fretwire to stop the vibration of the string cleanly. It's important to appreciate that it's the contact between the string and the fretwire that's most important. So my first tip is to always place your fingers as close to the fretwire as possible. That means here, rather than here. Notice even a fraction of an inch difference and the sound quality deteriorates. Beginners often try to get round this problem of optimum fingering positioning by simply pressing extremely hard with all their fingers all the time. Notice the fingernails going a deathly white colour as I drain all the blood from them with the force I'm trying to apply. This is one of the main reasons beginners so often complain that their fingers are hurting. So, practice with each chord shape that you've learnt. Firstly, getting each finger right behind the frets. And secondly, adjusting the amount of pressure on each finger that you're using. Just enough. The right amount of pressure is the least amount of pressure that you can get away with and still get a nice sound. Of course, on some chords, it's impossible to get every finger right behind the fret. On this E minor chord shape, for example, this finger really prevents this one from getting any closer to the fret. What that means is that this finger will have to press just a little bit harder to compensate for being further from the fret than this one does. So you may notice that one's gone a bit whiter than that one has. The next problem that causes string buzz is when one finger placed on a string unintentionally touches the neighbouring string. So that's what's happening here to this open G string. The underside of this finger, which is on the fourth string, on the D string, is just touching the open G string there, and that's enough to make it buzz. And the remedy for this is normally just to be a bit more precise with the positioning of this finger. So notice that I've got quite a bit of room to this side of the finger, because it doesn't matter what happens to this fifth string behind this finger holding it down here, because that's effectively dead there anyway. So I can move this finger a little bit further across so that it frees up the G string there. So there it was buzzing. Just by moving it across, it frees up. Now we all have different sizes and shapes of fingertips. So sometimes you'll have to hunt around to find the optimum angle of approach for you for each finger to avoid this problem of fouling the strings either side. A good tip is to experiment with using more the edge of the tip of the fingers. So I'm tucking my elbow in to get my fingers pointing more along the fretboard this way. So rather than like that, we're more like that. A less common cause of the buzzing of a string can come from the palm of the hand touching the string. Now this is almost always going to be affecting just the top string of the guitar. And the remedy here is just to rotate the whole hand, dropping the wrist and pushing it out to allow some fresh air and daylight in here between the hand and the neck of the guitar. Okay, so the end result of attending to each of these three possible causes of the problem is nice clean chords. Yep, even C chords and F chords can sound clean. And playing the chords like this, one string at a time, is the very best way to test that you've got the optimum fingering positioning for each chord. Listen carefully as you practice and keep making minute adjustments until making clean sounding chords and notes just becomes a habit. If you found this little video useful, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment. And do feel free to share the video with your friends. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please visit the Secret Guitar Teacher site and take a free look round to see what's available there. See you again soon.